Welcome.
It is good to be back. So thanks for having me. Thank you, Josh, for calling me on this. This is also really a nice venue too. I love singing in chapels and churches because it just sounds so big and beautiful. So even just during the sound check, I was sitting there like melting while everybody else is playing. So hopefully we have that same effect on you all. So I'm going to play a couple songs that I put out on an album a few years ago now. I'm working on some new stuff right now, and I might end up getting to a new song that I wrote earlier this week, actually. I figured why not play it here and get all my mistakes out. Start with this one's called Everybody's Pretty, and it's on an album I put out a couple years ago.
Though
this city where everybody's lonely 'cause everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Thank you. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. It's so nice to play in a quiet room. Also oddly intimidating. Capoed up here. I'll go straight into this next one. So I do a workshop with a nonprofit called Project Drew in Avon Lake, and they pair songwriters with veterans for a weekend. And you don't meet beforehand. You meet the day, on a Saturday, and you just sit down and talk. And I don't do much talking. I just listen. But it's been one of my favorite things that I've done because, everybody I feel like has a different story, and everybody's been through different traumas and different things in their life, in their lifetimes. And veterans in particular, they carry a lot of weight when they get home. And working with, Vietnam veterans and Iraq veterans and different situations and homecomings, it's really powerful and difficult, but really fulfilling to work with people that simply want to share a piece of their hearts and maybe get something off their chest. So anyway, I wrote this song with a veteran, a Navy SEAL named Brian Ferguson, and the nonprofit is actually named for his brother, Drew Ferguson. And Drew committed suicide in 2017 after going AWOL for a while, and Brian, obviously that impacted him more than he lets on. But when we sat down, we ended up coming up with this song together, and it was based on a poem that Drew wrote, which was called Find Me There, which is about that feeling of home, and that, not just the physical sense, but also just the spiritual sense of, being able to go home. So this one's called Find Me There. Self-made man. I'm the product of this Midwest land. In the grass where I rest my head. In the words that my brother said. Hey man, don't live so fast. It's no one else's job to make these moments last. Elsewhere, think of home and you'll find me there. Is anybody just a Navy SEAL? Like my ancestors in iron and steel? Is anybody just a thing they do? Or the reasons why in people who say, hey man, don't live so fast. It's no one else's job to make these moments last. Hey, when you're lost elsewhere, think of home and you'll find me. Our backyard in our hometown. got lost, I wish he'd found him. Has anybody built for grief like that? I miss my brother and now my mother's left. I see them both in my daughter's eyes. Her and Lindsay are my reasons why. Hey, I don't live so fast. It's no one else's job to make these moments last. Hey, when I'm lost elsewhere, I think of home and I find you. I still find you there. Thank you. Thanks so much, guys. I guess I can play something a little more upbeat. It's not my forte, but... This is a song about how sometimes when you really love something, you let it go. Kept me in their heads for longer than what was promised. And I've searched for myself in the arms of someone else when I couldn't find my own solace. And I rode along in the underbelly of a song on the backs of my many metaphors. And I've wasted time as arduous as state lines, always longing for something more. And it was you. It's always been you. I never knew. It's always been you. You hardly have to call or dote on me at all. I can keep myself occupied. I'll navigate my brain like a derailed freight train, never all that put together inside. They'll say she's so serene, like a forest shade of green. She's as soft as she's sweet. Maybe she can wake me, or maybe undertake me to hell or heaven sitting at her feet. But I want you. I only want you, not someone new. I only want you. Be the focal point, darling. Write your own story. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So, also, I want to make sure I don't go over because you are in for a real treat with Kevin and Josie. I think I'm ready to do this song, actually. This one's called One for All. And this one I wrote a couple years ago, but I feel like it's the longer I've had it, the more it applies to situations, which is both sad and, I don't know. I guess, you kind of see things happening in the world and you think eventually it's going to get better, and then sometimes it just feels like it gets worse before it gets better. Maybe it just stays worse. I really don't know. I'm trying not to make anybody more depressed. But I was thinking about America and where we've been and where we're going. And I think one of the hardest things for me to understand is why so many people, hate each other, and why, there are particular groups that we marginalize and we treat with such disrespect and treat so differently. So I kind of wrote this song as an ode and also a criticism of our history. Everybody's got lead to steal. God forbid you behind the wheel. If your skin is brown as cedar grain, if the courts mispronounce your name, you can work in a grocery store. To pay for college you can go to war. We'll throw you parties when you get back home, and 5 years later say the war was wrong. That's the way that it's always been done. They're singing one for all and all for one, to drown the sound of you screaming, I can't breathe. There's no justice in reprieve. One man acquitted and one to grieve. Were you born on infertile land, where once a village now a casino stands? They scoff at the whiskey on your breath, your minor infractions and petty theft. Remember when they put your parents there, gave them Bibles and cut their hair? You've seen the unmarked graves that wounded me. You're not in prison, but you still aren't free. And that's the way that it's always been done. They're singing one for all and all for one, to drown the sound of you singing the name of Johnny. They'll put the pipelines where they please. The eagle is screeching in the east. I may have been born in a trailer park. I may have been poor, but I was never dark. So how can I sing for someone I never knew? I would hope that he'd sing for me too. What good's a voice if you don't use it? What good is progress if you refuse it? What makes you think that we're so different? But you can't relate 'cause you never lived it. And that's the way that it's always been done. They're singing one for all and all for one, to drown the sound of you screaming, I'm still here. My skin is black as yours is fair. I never recited the Lord's Prayer, but I'm not going anywhere. much. All right, somebody with a watch. How am I doing on time here? Good. What time?
7:14.
Oh, awesome. All right, so I can play 2 more here. So thanks again, everybody, for listening. I appreciate it. I hope everybody else has some, real upbeat songs to bring you out of the deep depression that I've put you in. Actually, I'm gonna tune down because I'm gonna play 2 songs in a different tuning here. One is off of my record, Daughter of the Broader Skies, and thank you. It's called Songbird, and I wrote it at the end of a long-term relationship, a really good one where when you end it, it just feels like it really is the end, and you have nothing but love for the other person. Which doesn't happen very often, I find. And then the other song that I'm going to play, I think I might end on, since you guys have been so nice, is a new one that I wrote this week. And that one is called Lines, and it's actually about the end of a relationship where a lot of lines were crossed. And it didn't end on good terms. So and that happens too. It's all learning experiences, That's the beauty of life. So this one is called Songbird. I went to see, I don't know if anybody knows who Shawn Colvin is, but I saw her recently, and she's so good at tuning, and I have not mastered that yet. And she would just do it by ear as she's talking, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? How do you do that? But she's also been doing it for 30 years, so I hope by the time I've been doing it, 30 plus years, I can tune without really listening. Ooh. Thank you. Thanks so much, you guys. All right, I'm gonna play one more, and then Kevin is coming up next, and I'm very excited about that. And enjoy. Not that this isn't enjoyable. This is enjoyable for me, but it's also an exercise in my anxiety. So I do this. I also do this for myself. Thank you. My main problem when I get a little anxious on stage is I get extra sweaty, and I know everybody wants to hear about that. But it makes playing guitar really challenging, believe it or not. So this one is called Lines, and I started writing it in 2017, and I just came across it, ironically, in a Facebook memory. I had posted an old clip, and I thought, well, I want to finish that one, so I decided to give it a go. Thanks again, Josh and Michael and everybody who makes this happen. This is a really cool series, and I hope to see it again with many, many artists up here. I think Northeast Ohio needs a lot more places like this where writers and people can feel comfortable. it may be. If it's no longer me, then I've gotta go find her and get back behind her. This is my song now. These are my lines. You can choose your side. Let me choose mine. This is my song now. You go write yours. I'll sing along someday. Just let me go first. I'll sing along someday. Let me go first. Thank you. Thanks so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. Kevin and comes up next. Thanks again.